I love every time there's feedback, Christine jumps out of her seat.
It's so painful.
7:52. I'd like to, if we could, talk about this. We were in New York City over the, and I'll make this very quick. We were in New York City, of course, yesterday, broadcasting from Fox Studios in New York. Everybody was great down there. Awesome. So we had to put a lot of people up in a hotel room to get this broadcast to go off. So when that happens, and corporate is paying, right? And I know that we had a sponsor. Tony's Pizzeria was the sponsor in Washington Mills. But still, corporates, it's a paid-for deal. So you want to find, they find the most inexpensive room they can find that's still going to be clean in New York. Now, I wouldn't say this was the most beautiful room I've ever been in. No. And as a matter of fact, I kept my clothes in my suitcase sealed. I just didn't feel overly, but it was nice. The people were incredibly friendly. Yeah. It was just a little older. It was a little bit. How would you describe?
I'll be honest. I didn't think it was that bad. It was nothing. It's like when you go rent a car, and the car, it's clean, and it's fairly new, but it's not been waxed.
A couple things about this hotel. That's kind of a good analogy.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't have bedspreads, which is key in a hotel today.
We prefer.
You do not ever. There's certain things that we don't do. At least in my house, we don't do at a hotel. You do not use a bedspread. If there's a bedspread there, you immediately remove it and stuff it as far away as you can. Sometimes I'll put it out where you put the tray when you use room service out in the hallway. Okay. The other thing is that you don't ever do is you never drink out of glass. You never, ever drink out of the glasses because terrible things happen there. That's it. I mean, it's the best you're going to do. Yes, you're sleeping on a bed. I mean, you would never buy, would you? Would you ever buy a used mattress? I heard a comedian talking about this the other day. You'd never buy a used mattress.
Huh.
Would you buy a used mattress?
I never have. I was actually trying to sell something, and I hit some bids on it. People will buy them.
I guess. I would never buy a used mattress. However, I have no problem, I guess, paying $300 a night to go sleep on one that thousands of people have already slept on.
Right.
When you think about it. So anyway, the bottom line is get rid of and the reason you get rid of the comforter is because it is never washed.
Right.
Ever. The comforters never get washed.
I'm so happy that you're talking about this.
It's true. I don't even like to touch it.
Right.
My children used to get upset because I used to say, do not touch the comforter. Just take it off the bed. Just get.
How do they get away with that it's never washed?
They just don't wash it. Okay, now here's the other thing that this hotel did not have comforters. A lot of hotels are doing away with comforters for that reason. What do you need it for? So it's like a white, blanket that's on top that all gets cleaned.
Like it's a bit of a runner.
Yeah, it all gets washed.
Bleached.
Get it off. Anyway, I just want to tell you, it was the Holiday Inn Express. If you had to go to New York City, Holiday Inn Express, Midtown. It's up on 57th between 8th and 9th.
Yes.
Holiday Inn Express. We paid $152, including taxes. And with the stamp, parking was only $27. So that was the best rate I've seen in years in New York City.
Midtown Manhattan.
Midtown. And it was not a terrible hotel. It was not bad. It had a nice little bar in there, and the people were incredibly friendly and helpful. And it's pretty good. So it's Holiday Inn Express. If you would be going to New York and looking for a place, and you're okay with it being a little bit of, it's not pristine, I guess I would say, but it was clean. And 152 including taxes. That's pretty good.
Now, by the way, if I can just add to that, there is on the bed, in front of the pillows, something I would consider like that you put between your knees when you sleep. It's like a round cushion, but it's very long. It's
probably, that went too. I didn't have that.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the same thing.
That was gone.
That's the same situation.
I threw that out the window.
They don't wash that
down on 57th Street.
I actually put my foot on the bed and kind of pushed it off on mine. I just get on the floor there.
Trump might be in a little bit of trouble here. Probably not, though. He gets away with whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the Post has a story today about an ad. They say this one might come back to haunt Donald Trump. And I don't think it will, but here is the radio ad that's running up here.
Donald Trump says a lot of stupid stuff. In 2006, he said on The View,
"If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her."
He told
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I would be dating her.
Stone that if he weren't happily married and his daughter's father, well, he didn't finish the thought, but you can guess what he meant. Here's some other stupid stuff Trump has said. Trump thinks Americans get paid too much. Trump said in a debate,
wages too high. We're not going to be able to compete against the world.
He's right, though. He is absolutely right. It's the thing nobody wants to hear.
That wages are too high?
Let's bring back, this is the problem. We live in Jeff Manaske, I'm going to not only tell you what I think, but I'm going to tell you how right I am. And here's why. We wonder why our jobs are going overseas. And you keep hearing all these people say, we're going to get Trump because Trump's going to bring our jobs back. These jobs will, I don't care what you do, tariffs, all this, we have to compete with the world. But when you're dealing with people who make 50 cents an hour, American money, we cannot compete with the rest of the world. Their wages are so low in China. The wages are so low in Mexico. Why would a company want to come here and pay somebody $50,000 a year? That is the problem that we face. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's a fact. It's a fact. He's right. Donald Trump is absolutely right.
There's a defense contractor who is laying off a whole bunch of employees down in the South. And one of the things that they said was that, we have employees here who are making between $45 and $55 an hour simply because they've been here for 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I think that the challenge is, Manaske, you see middle-class people who are making a certain wage, but then there are the extremes at both ends, and it's the extremes that are really...
I give you 15 seconds to tell me why I'm wrong, and then I gotta go to somebody here.
Because what would it be, what value is it for a company to bring in, let's say they brought in 500 jobs and they're paying everybody $1 an hour. Is that a good thing for our economy?
My point is, no one's going to pay anybody in America $1 an hour. The point is, it's cheap labor. It is attractive to corporations. What Donald Trump was saying is, America, it's tough to compete because our wages are so high.
That's a good point.
As compared, at the end of the day, when you see companies moving jobs overseas, why is it happening? WIBX Utica Rome is 8 o'clock.